Hello everyone, this is Dr. Suganya working as an associate professor in Department of Computer Science at Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. So this is a lecture video about a network communication model. Let's go inside the video. So a communication model is a theoretical framework that helps us to understand how the communication works and how messages are transmitted between the individuals or groups. So the communication model underlying the network middleware is the most important factor in the network and how applications can able to communicate among itself. So the communication model impacts the performance and the ease to accomplish different communication transactions and the nature of detecting the errors and the robustness to different error conditions. So unfortunately there is no one computer network fits all approach to distributed applications. So these models provide a structured way to analyze the complexities of human interactions and the various elements that influence the communication process. So by studying the communication models, we can gain insights into how the messages are encoded and transmitted and also received, also decoded, as well as the factors that can impact the effectiveness of the communication. So there are several different communication models are available. Each offers its own perspective on the communication process. So the very important and the main types of communication models has been classified into three main types, that is point to point model, client server model and publish subscribe model. So when we see about the point to point model, so it is the simplest form of the communication, and it is a well known example for the point to point model is the telephone. So it is an example of an everyday point to point communication devices. So to use a telephone, you must know the address of the phone number and the other party's phone number. So once a connection is established, you can have a reasonably high bandwidth conversations. So however, the telephone does not work as also if we have to talk to many people at the same time, the telephone is essentially only for the one-to-one communications. So TCP, that is transmission control protocol, is a point-to-point network protocol which is designed in the year 1917, which provides a reliable high bandwidth communications, and this TCP is a cumbersome for systems with many communicating nodes. So next we are going to see about the client server model. So to address the scalability issues of the point to point model, so the developers of the computer networks turn to the client server model. So this client server networks designate one special server node that connects simultaneously to many client nodes. That is many clients will be available and only one server will be there, that particular server which controls all the other clients which is connected to it. So client server is the many to one architecture, where point to point is the one to one architecture. So like the client server network architecture works best when the information is centralized. So such as in databases, when we transact the process and the file servers, the information is being generated to a multiple nodes. So a client server architecture requires that all informations are sent to the server for later distribution among the different clients. So this approach is inefficient and precludes deterministic communications. That is, since the client does not know when a new information is available, so the time between when the information is available on the server and when the client asks the receives, it adds a variable latency to the system. So as the next model has been arise, that is publish subscribe model. So in this publish subscribe communications, computer applications which is called as a nodes subscribes to a data they need and a publish data they want to share. That is, a subscribe means the data they need and publish means the data they want to share actually. So the message passes directly between the publisher and the subscribers rather than moving into the centralized server, that is moving in and out of the centralized servers. Most of the time the sensitive informations intended to reach many people by sending or by publishing the subscribe systems. So example of publish subscribe system is in everyday life. It includes the televisions, magazines and newspapers also. So publish subscribe communication architectures are good for distributing large quantities of the time sensitive informations very effectively. So even in the presence of the unreliable delivery mechanisms, this direct and simultaneous communication among a variety of nodes makes publish subscribe network architecture, which is the best choice for the systems with the complex time critical data flows. So when we go for the public subscribe models, it provides so many advantages, like we can do the communications based on the FTP, that is file based transfers, remote method invocations using CORBA, COM, SOAP, and by using the TCP IP we can also make the connection based architectures, and using the CORBA we can also do the synchronous transfers also. So some of the common models also includes the linear model, interactive model, transaction model and the Shannon-Weaver's model also. So each model highlights different aspects of communications, such as the roles of the senders and receivers and the feedback mechanisms, noise and the contents or contexts. So understanding the communication models can help us to become more aware of our own communications and to convey the message clearly, and in order to enhance our overall communication skill. So by exploring these models we can learn how to navigate the various communication contexts, adopting our communication style in order for delivering the informations to the different audiences, and to build stronger relationships through the effective communications. Thank you.